All right. So welcome everybody. Good afternoon. So we're going to get started with our collaborative today. And obviously we like to always start with having everybody go around and introduce themselves. We have some new faces today and new individuals that will be joining us to talk about their organizations, which we're excited for. So with that, I'll just kind of go through the list and call everybody out to introduce themselves as you go. But I always think it's important to um, share what organization you're with, a little about yourself. If you have any military or veteran affiliation, that's always great to share as well. And then if you have any major top level announcements that you want to share at the top of the hour, feel free to do those as well. So I'll go first. I'm Christy Kennedy. I'm now the director for Serving Together at part of a nonprofit called Every Mind. And Serving Together does a variety of different things in the region. One of the things is to run these collaboratives to collectively bring together organizations like yourselves to allow us to network, share, learn from each other, and grow to serve the military and veteran population. Another thing that we do is provide education and training to the community in a variety of different capacities. And lastly, we are a coordinated network of care, which means we have a peer navigator that supports military veterans and their families, connecting to resources like yourselves to streamline those referral processes and make it simpler for our military connected families to get to the right place the first time. And so with that, I want to turn it over to my co-chair, Mary Santini with Red Cross, to introduce herself.
Thanks, Christy. Hi, everyone. As Christy said, I'm Mary Santini. I'm the regional manager for the American Red Cross for Service to Armed Forces. I am the spouse of a retired Army veteran. Let's see, the biggest new thing that we have going on right now with Red Cross, we all know with COVID, it's been very difficult to get in front of the population that we need to be in front of to let them know what we can offer. So we have come up with a pilot program that we're doing, a get to know us type of small video, and then what we're calling like office hours. So people can call at a certain time and I'll give you all the information. I'm sure I see Chris on here, so I'm sure he's going to talk about it as well. But we're really excited about it. We would love to share it with all of you, to share with your clients, so we get the word out about what we can do to help support. That's it for me right now.
Awesome. Thanks, Mary. And Sean, do you want to say hi too? Oh, you're still on mute.
Are you able to hear me now?
Yes.
Yes. Hi, everyone. My name is Sean Bell. I am the assistant manager for the American Red Cross for Service to Armed Forces stationed at Fort Belvoir, Virginia. I am also a military spouse of 20 years. And again, our mission again is to be there to provide services for our military personnel and our active duty military all across the United States and internationally. And so, as Mary stated, we are looking at virtual opportunities to provide to the military. So we are in the office here at Fort Belvoir from 9 to 3 daily. So if anyone has any questions or is in the hospital, feel free to stop by our office.
Awesome. Thanks, Sean. Yolanda Rayford.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. Yolanda Rayford, Easter Seals Veteran Staffing Network. I'm the spouse of an Air Force retiree and have worked for Easter Seals since March. My role with Easter Seals is to provide career coaching services in the form of e-learning, one-on-one collaborations, as well as we work with our veteran service organizations to provide facilitated empowerment workshops. Mallory Lass, who will typically be joining us, is on another call. Mallory and I, for the first time ever, had an opportunity to meet each other this week, never met each other. And so Mallory works for the Stephen A. Cohen Clinic as the outreach coordinator, and she will be joining us and providing information on the Stephen A. Cohen Clinic and all of the events that are going on there. Thank you, Christy.
Awesome. That's awesome to hear that you got to
I
finally
know.
hear it.
It was great. It was super good.
It's so funny because you've been on since like what, March? And
March. And so we just decided to do it. It was a socially distanced coffee lunch and it went well. Yay.
good. Yay. Glad to hear that.
Thank you.
Awesome. Jason, do you want to say hi?
Yes, hi, my name is Jason Marshall. I'm the outreach manager for Saratoga Warhorse. I actually brought my Fort Belvoir Red Cross coin with me today. So I want to say hi to the Red Cross personnel on the call. I know Chris well, and I've met Mary recently. I used to work there as a Red Cross station manager myself. So have a lot of great memories about Fort Belvoir. Saratoga Warhorse, we're a nationwide program that links veterans and active duty service members with retired racehorses. They don't ride them, they don't groom them. They actually get in the ring with them and develop a connection. So it's a bonding process. It's quite moving. There's a lot to it that I'm not going to get into on this brief call right now, or my introduction right now, but it's a wonderful program. It's offered right now. We have 11 classes here in Maryland between now and the end of the year. And it's also offered in Aiken, South Carolina, and Saratoga, New York. So that's all I'll say for now. And I want to thank you for inviting me for the call. Thank you.
Awesome. Thanks, Jason. We're glad you're here and we're excited to learn more about the work that you guys do. Alyssa, do you want to say hi?
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Alyssa Goggin, and I'm the art therapist for the Workhouse Military and the Arts Initiative.
You're a little bit quiet, Alyssa. I don't know if it's your microphone.
I can try doing this.
Oh, that's better. Yes. Yes.
Okay. Sometimes the headphones, they make it a little quieter. Again, my name is Alyssa, and I'm the art therapist for the Workhouse Military and the Arts Initiative located at the Workhouse Art Center in Lorton, Virginia. And I actually brought with me today Chelsea, who was Alyssa on the screen earlier, and she is my new art therapy intern from GW. I'll let her introduce herself later. But at the Workhouse for the WMAI program, my job is to offer free mental health services through art therapy for both individuals and groups, to service members, their family members, and caregivers. We also have free fine arts engagement through subsidized classes, or our weekly open studio, which happens every Saturday and is currently happening in person. But Chelsea and I are working on getting together a virtual program. So be on the looks for that, because we are hoping to either start some additional groups or open studios to be able to provide as we transition here into the winter months. But thank you all, and I'm looking forward to hearing more.
Awesome. Thanks, Alyssa. I'm glad you're here and excited to have Chelsea join too. Neil Goodman, you want to say hi?
Hi. Is that, oh, I'm sorry, yeah. Most of you know me. My name is Neil. I'm a Vietnam veteran. I've been doing stress management workshops for about 25 years, working in the jails. I brought Fairfax County Adult Detention Center a program called EFT, which a lot of you are aware of. I've had the unique experience of working directly with the founder, Gary Gregg, and understand where he's going with that. And it's been very powerful for the people in the substance abuse block. And the workshops that I offer are free. My time is usually about an hour and a half, and I work individually with families, sometimes groups. When I do the workshops at GMU and Nova Community College, they're about anywhere from 40 to 70 people on a webinar. And there are 3 sessions. I've coordinated recently with Julie Riggs and Mary Mahoney, and we're going to be doing a November workshop for about an hour and a half. And Julie, I've also invited Brittany Jones into that, if she has any people, that are interested. But literally, the unique workshop I offer has a trifecta of mindfulness as a foundation, EFT, and heart math. And if all you have to do is go online, neil9.com, I'll put it in the chat, and call me, and I will host. I have my own Zoom site, and I host individual families, where I'll do 3 or 4 families at a time for an hour and a half, getting very good positive feedback from participants. And this has been, I've been putting this out there for a couple of years now, Christy, as you know, but these workshops have been doing a lot of good, especially using the foundation of mindfulness, which everybody knows about, but adding emotional freedom technique and heart coherence procedure from the Heart Math Institute. So just, again, I'm putting it out there that I'm available to your clients and people you're working with. If you identify somebody or a family that's in need of some corniness, because I bring my buddies with me. Okay, they're always here, and I will help. All you have to do is call.
Thanks, Neil. Appreciate that. Mary Mahoney. Not to be mistaken for Mary Santini, formerly Mahoney.
So hi, I'm Mary Mahoney. I work for Operation Homefront as a Maryland Village Coordinator. I am the wife of a Marine, and right now we are actively accepting applications for our Maryland Village. We provide rent, 2 and 3 bedroom apartments here in Gaithersburg for wounded, ill, and injured transitioning service members. So if you know anybody who is in that sweet spot of transitioning from the military to civilian life, who have some sort of filings for disability, if you could recommend them to us, that'd be great. I'll be sure to forward you the information. We provide free rent, utilities. We also provide case management, where we work on linking the service members to resources and their families. We also provide, very importantly, financial counseling to help them create a savings account, and so that when they do finish their transition out, that they have some savings, hopefully. And the program lasts about 8 months from the time they enter the program to when they leave out. There's some variation in there, but it's the whole purpose is to develop strong, secure, and stable military families.
Awesome. Thank you for that.
Thanks.
Chris Duffley.
Hey, Christy, thank you. I'm also with the American Red Cross, and not to make it too Red Cross heavy, but really wanted to join today to see my old friend Jason and support him and learn more about what he's doing with his new position at Saratoga. But good to see everybody else too. I'm the regional director for the Red Cross here in the National Capital Greater Chesapeake region, and good to see everybody online here. And I'm also an Air Force veteran, so go Air Force.
Thanks, Chris. And we always love when you join in, so appreciate that. Lisa Lamb.
Hello, everybody. I'm Lisa Lamb. I'm from Fort Belvoir Community Hospital. I am the lead therapist for the school behavioral health program. Some of the things that we do with the school behavioral health program are to collaborate with Fairfax County Schools to provide mental health services to students that attend the schools. But we also are working on finding ways to engage with families to find easier access to behavioral health services, to parent supports, just social emotional needs. We had created a resource directory, which is a paper form that we had been using. And recently we had gotten some feedback from the families that having this as a web-based would be something they would like. So we were working on trying to create a web-based one-stop kind of resource link through Fort Belvoir Hospital's page. So hopefully we can get that stuff done. And I would definitely love to reach out to you guys later to get some information if you guys would like to be included on it once we get it up and running. I'm also a spouse of a former military member who separated, and we ended up staying here in this area. But thank you again for inviting me into this. I appreciate it.
Awesome. Thanks, Lisa. And yeah, I'm sure many of us would love to be of support to you for that resource page.
Thank you.
Chelsea, do you want to say hi?
Hi, I'm the art therapy intern with Alyssa at WAMI, and I currently attend George Washington University. I was a dependent throughout my dad's entire Navy career, and now I'm married to someone in the Navy. So kind of had the whole military life so far, except for being in it myself.
Well, thank you. And that's great to know. Glad that you're connected to Workhouse Arts. I'm sure you're going to do some awesome stuff with Alyssa and the team over there. Elizabeth Golden.
Hi, I'm Elizabeth Golden. I'm with the Travis Manion Foundation. I'm a senior program coordinator for the Mid-Atlantic region. If you're not familiar with the foundation, we primarily do character and leadership education with youth. And the individuals that deliver that programming are trained mentors and Gold Star family members, so veterans, active duty, and then Gold Star family members. I personally am a daughter of a career military officer from the Marine Corps. I've lived all over United States and overseas, so definitely military brat by definition. Yeah, just happy to be back on this call.
Yay, we're glad to have you here too. Thank you. Delonte Green.
Good to see you again, Christy. Hello to everybody else. So my name is Delonte Green. I'm actually an Army veteran myself, but now in my current role, I'm with the Barry Robinson Center as one of their military community liaisons. If you are unfamiliar with Barry Robinson Center, we're located in Norfolk, Virginia, and we are a mental health residential treatment facility that is 100% dedicated to serving the youth of military connected families. So this is ages 6 to 17. One thing I do want to mention is we will have a webinar on October, I think the 29th. I'll drop the flyer in the chat. It's going to be on recreational therapy. I encourage everyone to join, check us out. And as always, I will leave my contact information in the chat box for anyone that wants to connect. Good to see everybody.
Awesome. That's great. Thanks for sharing that. And we'll be also sure to share it on our end from Serving Together as well. Julie Riggs.
Hello, couldn't get my mouse to respond. Hi, everyone. I'm Julie Riggs. I am the chapter director for Blue Star Families here in the National Capital Region. And as many of you probably know, we are doing our survey at this point. So I'm going to throw it up in the chat and ask that everyone who hasn't taken it, take it. We're 184 away from our goal. So it's pretty impressive, but it goes until Friday. So I'm going to go ahead and ask if everybody who hasn't taken it could. And I am a military spouse, 25 years in the Navy, my husband has, and he will be retiring soon. I'm also the daughter of a Navy person. So I've seen it from multiple perspectives as well. So that's it.
Awesome. And just so you guys know, I took the survey. You all need to take the survey too.
Hey, Christy, I put your link. So Serving Together gets credit. If you take the survey with this link, Serving Together gets credit for that. So that means I owe Christy, like, I don't know, Jersey Mike's or something. She's addicted.
But Julie, what about the Red Cross link too? We want credit.
Yes, I forgot. Oh my gosh. Okay.
I'm just kidding.
We'll have to do like Serving Together versus Red Cross. I'll put both links in. You can decide who you want to support.
I love it.
Yes, thank you.
Yes, definitely do the survey. It's worth the time and gives great feedback to so many people. I mean, even at Serving Together, we look at it, in terms of programming and support that we can provide to families and being able to push that information out. So it's super important. Thanks, Julie, for coming on to talk about that. Fred Stewart.
Hello, everyone. My name is Fred Stewart. I'm the volunteer coordinator for Northern Virginia Veterans Association. Our organization primarily deals with helping the most vulnerable vets that we have out there primarily elderly. And what we do is take their case based on what they're in need of. It could be housing, it could be relocation of status, it could be financial help. Primarily, we deal a lot with the elderly population of the vets out there. There are right now with the veterans, we're dealing with suicide rate for veterans after getting out of the service or military is 1 year. So primarily what we do, I mean, it's a high number and it's something we try to help out, whatever the case may be. We take them by the hand, and we do not stop with them until we accomplish that mission with them, and they get support. And we have partners involved with throughout the area that we asked in support of their needs. If they need primarily transportation for a lot of them, they can't access transportation to get to the VA or appointments and things like that. So we're in partnership with a couple of partners out there that help in transportation, but that's always one of the biggest one. And health concerns, mental state, anything that veteran needs, they help. We're there. We have a social support service where the coordinator does there. She's Melissa Dargis, and she's handles all case by case, and we try to do the best we can with the availability that we have and everything. And but we do not stop. We help them all the way through until we can get a solution, or primarily help them with that situation at hand. I'm a U.S. Army veteran, and that's pretty much all I have. Thank you all for having me here.
Yeah, thanks, Fred, and thanks for always sharing with us about the important work that you guys are doing. We appreciate that.
And one more bit, I did put my information on there. If anybody wants to contact me or anything, just shoot me an email. We're looking for a lot of for partnerships that can help us with mental state or anything that's involved with that veteran's necessity. And another thing too, we have one event coming up. We have our partnership meeting coming up, and I did put it on here. And you can also go on our website, which we're all invited to attend. And that way you get to know us more, what we are and everything. And hopefully we can, collaborate and, help each other out with situations at hand. So thank you again.
Yeah, of course. Absolutely. Thanks, Fred. Amy Harris.
Okay, sorry, I had to unmute myself. I work with the Virginia Department of Veteran Services. We have 6 service lines. Mine is the veteran and family support side. So we assist veterans and their dependents. That can include the spouse, the child, or the caregiver. My focus is behavioral health and housing. With that said, we try to fill the gaps. So any need, we try to fill that. The other service lines include benefits. That can be survivor benefits, pension, VA disability compensation. We also have lawyers on file. So if they need to do appeals, we help with that as well. All our services are completely free. We have cemeteries. We have care facilities. We currently have 2, and then we have 2 more that are going to become available in 2022. They were originally going to be available, I believe, next year, but due to COVID, they're not going to be available until 2022. We have a war memorial, education, transition. Again, everything that we do completely free, and the spouses are available to receive these services as well. Oh, one more thing. We have 2 peer support groups right now that are available virtually. Our spousal support group is currently on hold due to COVID. And Christy, I'm going to email you those flyers. The female peer support group, these veterans can attend both groups. It shouldn't impact. The female one is the first and third Monday of the month, and the other group, the co-ed one, is every Wednesday. Thank you. Oh, and I'm a female Marine Corps veteran. Thank you.
Thanks, Amy. Good to hear from you, and glad to hear an
Good to see
update
you.
on those peer support groups. I think that's
Absolutely
so important. Awesome. Wayne Stinchcomb.
Good afternoon. How's it going?
Doing good. Glad to see you here.
It's my first time on the Fort Belvoir Community Connection Collaborative Group. So glad to be here. Again, I'm Wayne Stinchcomb with the Silver Spring Vet Center. I know Mark, I don't know if he's on here or not, but he was the one who told me about this today. But I'm over here off of Linden Lane in Silver Spring, right around the corner from Walter Reed, as well as Easter Seals and serving, not too far from you guys up there in Rockville. So, but really I know most of you know about the Vet Center programs. Basically, we serve our deployed active duty service members that are suffering with, that need some transition or readjustment counseling. Basically, it's PTSD or other needs. So that as long as they meet our eligibility, they can come and see us as long as they need to. One of the eligibility requirements, which we see a lot of and hear more about, is military sexual trauma. So we're seeing an influx in that. So that doesn't matter of their combat status or deployed status, but if they have suffered with military sexual trauma, they can come and utilize the Vet Center services and programs. That is their eligibility, unfortunately. So that is the big crux. So basically, we have over 300 centers nationwide, and we have over 85 mobile centers. So I don't know if you've been in DC during Veterans Day, Memorial Day, you've seen 5 of our mobile centers down there. But I'm sure you guys again are aware of over at Mark over in Alexandria, right outside the gate of Fort Belvoir. So those are your local. There's one in DC, and then there's several here in Maryland. So I would encourage you, to encourage your vets that you're seeing that have been deployed and that are suffering with trauma or PTSD. This service is free to them, and we can also connect them for other resources. And we use Serving Together quite a bit. It's one of our primary resources and services. That in the Maryland Department of VA, their benefits specialists. Just like Virginia has theirs, Maryland has them as well. So that's really not anything new coming down the pike. I would say, same with the rest of us with COVID, most counselors are doing virtual, either telephonic or virtual like this. There is talk about potentially having face-to-face again, but I don't know when that is. That will be for individuals and not groups at first. And then groups will still meet virtually for a while. Again, the dates that'll vary. That could vary from center to center because of state and or even within states, counties, determined by those local requirements. That all being said, as outreach, this is the new outreach, and if you are, I would love to talk to a couple of you or several of you to do partner with me to do some outreach as well. I'm trying to get on either monthly or bi-monthly case, just one, no more than 2 other organizations, as well, if they're in similarity, if they're similar, or have some overlapping ideas, or it makes a whole, if you will, idea to reach out into the community. But typically, I'm just going to do 1 or no more than 2 organizations at a time. I just did one with a Wounded Warrior Project, which was the first one I had done, and it went pretty well. So we're looking forward to doing that some more. If you're interested in that, I am now getting ready to post my stuff here. So if there's my contact information, please feel free to reach out to me. And you can also find me at the www.vetcenter.va.gov and the Silver Spring Vet Center. If you have any questions about us or would like to coordinate with me for future virtual outreach. So I have.
Awesome. Thank you, Wayne. I'm so glad you're here, and I'm glad that you joined in to learn about some of these organizations and connect with everybody. We appreciate your partnership. All right, Raisa Velez.
Hi, so my name is Raisa Velez. I am a veteran. I served in the Army for 5 years, and I'm also an Army spouse. I am working for Brain Injury Services as their Veterans Case Manager. So at Brain Injury Services, we provide case management services, therapy, counseling therapy, but also occupational therapy services for cognitive rehab and adaptive technology. We also have day programs. We have a clubhouse available, and basically different types of vocational rehab and volunteer programs. And so all of these services we offer to any person that has a history of traumatic brain injury in their lives, whether it's traumatic or acquired brain injury, things like stroke, etc. So I specifically just work with veterans. So.
Awesome. Thank you for being here again. Always good to see your face and excited to have you. Mario.
Hey, Christy, and how's everybody doing? My name is Mario Pineda. I'm with Bravo Zulu Outdoors, also known as BZO. We provide outdoor recreational therapy for vets, active duty service members, their families, caregivers. We provide primarily kayak fishing events, camping. We also coordinate park cleanups at some of our partner parks, like Whitewater State Park, Lake Anna, all over the Northern Virginia and Maryland area. We also host a couple events at Patriot Point on Maryland's Eastern Shore every year. Unfortunately, this year with the situation, a lot of our events had to be canceled. We're actually meeting this weekend to plan out how we're going to attack 2020. So once we figure that out, we'll post it. Our website's bravozuluoutdoors.org, also on Facebook, Bravo Zulu Outdoors. And if you have any questions, if you have a veteran that has been, even though our schedule's been canceled for the rest of the year, if you have a veteran that could really, truly benefit from being outdoors, reach out. We have been known to set up ad hoc events for 1 or 2 people. We provide all fishing equipment. We have a fleet of kayaks. For camping events, we provide tents, sleeping bags for those that may need it. And as far as me, active duty Navy, and I'll be transitioning November of 2021. So shout out to Easter Seals and Yolanda. I attended her resume webinar a couple weeks ago, and it was very beneficial, so thank you.
Awesome, thanks Mario. Sarah Johnson.
Hi, everyone. It's good to see everyone. My name is Sarah Johnson. I work for USO Metro out of Fort Belvoir. I have been fortunate to work with several of you guys as community partners for some of our very successful workshops. We're doing a lot of virtual workshops this month and next month, continuing down career paths. We're also trying to incorporate bringing people back into our centers and stuff like that. So be on the lookout for those changes. Other than that, please reach out to me if I can help in any way. We'd love to partner with you guys if we haven't before for workshops or ideas or anything like that. So again, I greatly appreciate everyone that we have worked with so far, and I look forward to hearing and working with you guys in the future. Thank you guys so much.
Awesome, thank you, Sarah. All right, let's see. Carrie Reams, are you there? She may not be there. I know Anna Jones, I think is on another call, so I'm gonna skip her, and then Richard asked me to go to him last. Are you there, Richard?
Yeah, I'm here, I can go. How are y'all doing, okay?
Doing good, how about yourself?
Well, it's a global pandemic and it's starting to get cold, but other than that, not bad. No, anyhow, my name's Richard Lane. I'm a Navy veteran for 8 years before I was medically discharged for my vision loss. And I worked as a veterans law paralegal for the legal services in Northern Virginia. We provide civil legal services to low-income and at-risk communities here in Northern Virginia, including veterans, especially if they're homeless or at risk of homelessness. And my big project is we work on discharge upgrades, which we can do throughout Virginia. And we're working on a legal presentation for around Veterans Day, you know, kind of like how the law fits in with this whole COVID thing. So as soon as I get that information, I'll make sure I get it to you, Christy, so you can share it to everyone. All right, well, thank you very much. And I'll put my name and email in the chat there.
Awesome. Thank you, Richard. And we
I have
oh, sorry, go ahead.
I'm sorry, I just had a question for Mr. Lane.
Sure.
Are you guys at capacity for clients right now?
For what kind of?
For veteran clients, for like housing, for eviction prevention?
No, we're not. No, as long as they're eligible for our services, we should be able to help them out. Yeah, and they're not conflicted.
Okay, can you put your contact information so I can call you later?
Absolutely, I'll put it in right now.
Thank you so much.
Awesome. And yeah, this is what this meeting is about. So feel free to connect with people and ask questions if you need to. There are a few people that called in. So if you would like to come off of mute and introduce yourself, please do.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Rosa Harris from the Army Recovery Care Coordination Division Directorate, which used to be the Army Wounded Warriors Program. And we help our soldiers by working with many of you. And I'm sorry, I can't see you. Maybe some other thing.
No worries, Rosa. We're glad you're here.
Thank you so much.
Anyone else? I think there's another call in as well. Someone wants to come off mute. And then I think I saw Bob Bent join. Bob, are you there?
Yes, I am. Thank you very much, Christy. Sorry I was late, but I was tied up.
No worries. We're glad you're here. Come on and tell us about yourself.
Well, I'm with the Disabled American Veterans, and as you know, we provide service to veterans and their family members through primarily through our claims process, submitting claims for directly to the VA, and we've been recognized by the VA as being a very effective organization in doing that. And it's a little bit more difficult now during COVID-19, but we're still having a high degree of success rate. Thank you.
Awesome. Thanks, Bob. And I appreciate you being here. So with that, I do want to go ahead and turn it over to Jason to give us a more thorough overview about Saratoga Warhorse. And if you like to share your screen, if you have slides or anything, just let me know and I can turn that over to you.
Thank you very much. Yeah. No, I'm pretty low tech, so not a whole lot of slides, as
No
Chris
worries.
knows. Yeah. Well, thanks again, everybody, for inviting me on the call. Just speak a little bit about Saratoga Warhorse. We are a foundation that's been in existence since 2012. We have an office, as I mentioned, in Saratoga, New York. That's our headquarters. And then we have one in Hunt Valley, Maryland, which is where I'm located, and one in Aiken, South Carolina. We all provide the same exact support to our veterans in active duty, which is an equine assistant program pretty much unique to its own. So as I mentioned before, they don't ride the horses, they don't groom them, they don't feed them. Basically, we put them through some classroom training, teaching them how to relate to horses using body language and nonverbal commands, that sort of thing, gaining trust. And then ultimately we put them in the ring with retired racehorses. So these are not farm horses. These aren't pet horses. These are big retired racehorses. Lots of them were big money makers at Pimlico or Belmont or even Kentucky. So they're placed in the ring with the horse, and then, long story short, their task is to develop a relationship with their horse. We partner particular veterans and active duty with particular horses, depending on their personalities. So we have equine experts that do that, that run them through the class. And it can be anywhere from a 20-minute experience to, let's say, an hour and a half experience. Again, they develop a bond, a trust between themselves and the horse, and ultimately, after several different techniques, several different things that happen, the horse will approach the veteran or active duty, and that's where the connection process takes place. It's hard to put into words. I've been through it myself. I failed to mention I'm a Marine Corps vet, so part of me coming on board was to go through the experience, and I can tell you it's really something. We have testimonials from graduates that have gone through the program that say it's changed their lives. It's opened doors. It's like turning a switch, some have said. It's kind of an awakening, if you will. It's non-traditional for sure, and we stress that we're not conventional therapy. So we're equine assisted program. It's what I like to say off the cuff is it's between the participant and their horse. We guide them through the whole process, obviously, but the connection comes between them and the animal. And I can tell you, again, from firsthand experience and just from watching many, many classes now, it's beyond words. It's really something that that hits these folks at a very, very deep level, some of them. And it's really a pleasure to be a part of this organization, I can say, just personally and professionally. It's a 3-day class and it's all free. It's completely free. So the participants come on typically a Friday evening. We provide dinner. We do some group meeting exercises, things like that, team building exercises, and we put them up in a local hotel. And then the next morning we take them to the class. They go through about a 2-3 hour classroom training to learn what's expected of them before we put them in the ring with the real live racehorse. And then the training begins in the pen after lunch. And again, there are no time limits. We're there just to facilitate, but it's up to them to create these connections. I've been to, like I said, many classes thus far, and I haven't seen one situation where a bond hasn't been established. After their connection process, so each participant, and typically there's 5 on a given class. After each person goes through it, we have a debrief afterward where they're able to speak as a group or even individually with staff or their fellow participants. It's an informal experience, but it's night and day for some of these folks. How they come into the program on a Friday night as to how they act and interact with each other after their experience. So we all get together after the training session and then dinner that evening. And then the evening is theirs. And then the next day we have breakfast for them and then they go on their way. So that's pretty much it in a nutshell. As I said, it's a 3-day program. It's open for any active duty or veteran, any branch, doesn't matter how long they've served. We are conducting classes now. I have one this weekend. We have them pretty much every weekend of the month. We have, in all candor, we have been having some difficulty getting people to register for the classes just due to COVID or other situations. We have in the past flown people in from all over the country, so Alaska, Hawaii, Puerto Rico. But these days we're only taking people within driving distance of each site. So that's pose some difficulties. So anybody on the call or anybody that you know that could actually benefit from this program, I'm always available. I'm the point of contact for all 3 sites right now. So if you do know anybody interested, I left my information on our call here, and I'll repeat it again at the end of my little chat. But I'm always available. As Chris knows, as Mary knows, I'm a 24-hour guy. I come from Red Cross, and I enjoy that sort of work, and especially working with our veterans and our active duty military. That's what it's all about for me. So again, I appreciate the time given on the chat, and if anybody has any questions, I'm certainly available to answer them right now if you'd like, or you can shoot me an email.
Can you say again where the location is in Maryland?
Sure. So it's in Hunt Valley, Maryland. It's from Belvoir, it's about an hour and a half driving. So not very far at all. And again, we put participants up in the hotel. So once they go through our intake process, all they have to do is get here, and everything else is taken care of. Meals are taken care of. Their hotel stay is free. Everything's free. And as I said, we've gotten people from all over since we started. We had to shut down in February due to COVID, but then we were able to open up again in July. And since then, we've been going almost every weekend. It's been busy, but we could always use more participants. As I said, we try to fill it up each class, 5 participants per class. So please, I would ask anybody interested, please do go to our website. It's saratogawarhorse.org, and you will see lots of great videos, testimonials. You'll see the staff involved, volunteers involved. It's a wonderful program, and I can't say enough about it. So I have a obviously veteran background, as well as a horse background. I was a horse guide for a while in Arizona, and I worked on a racehorse farm here in Maryland for a while as a kid, and I have a great fondness for this program, personally and professionally. I'm going to go down to the farm after this call. Actually, I have another event down there that we're fortunately doing in person. So, and we're growing, but we need help. We need help to get participants in, for sure. So anybody on the call or anybody that you might know can do, really appreciate it.
Awesome. Thank you, Jason. And if anybody has any other questions, I'll just pause for a few more seconds to see if anybody has anything they want to ask.
So just to make sure that I understood it, every weekend you're running a session.
It's typically, right now we're trying to, sometimes we have to cancel due to participation, but
Okay.
Right now here in Maryland, it's looking like it's going to be about 3 weeks out of the month. Yep.
Okay.
So, yep. I can send you a schedule if you shoot me an email.
Yeah, that would be great. I'll definitely be asking you over email also about qualification criteria and everything.
Right. Yeah, there's really no qualifications. It's meant for people that have, that are currently dealing with PTS, combat related trauma, really any kind of personal trauma they might have, even military sexual trauma. So anything along those lines, but it's open to any and all active duty and veterans.
Okay. Yeah, I'll be shooting you an email. Thank you.
Sure.
Jason, is it open to military spouses or just
No.
military?
Yeah, unfortunately, just military. So just veterans or active duty. Yeah.
Okay, thanks.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Jason. That was really helpful information, and excited to hear about the work that you're doing locally in this community to help our military and veterans.
Thank you.
All right. And I need to circle back with Mary. Mary, have you heard anything yet?
No, I've reached out and not hearing anything from them.
No problem. I have some slides that I'll show, so. All right, let me pull up my screen.
I was gonna, it's nobody on the phone is from Black Forest Forge, are they? Nope. Okay, just double checking.
And hopefully, if they join in here in a little bit, we'll turn it over to them.
Right.
But I'll share a couple of things that you know, from serving together that we have going on. I just want to update you guys on some of the data that we showed at our in practice review in early September, and then just wanted to pull up a little bit of data points specifically for Northern Virginia for you guys. So let me do that really quick. All right, so a couple of things I just want to share. And if any of you guys attended our in practice review, you probably saw these slides that we shared, but just want to give you guys an overview of the work that we've done at Serving Together over the past 2 years. And the important thing to keep in mind when I say the work that we've done, it's the work that we all have done with you, in connection with all of you as partners in our network and as organizations that are part of this community model of care. So over the past 2 years, since we launched that partnership with IBMF to bring you guys on, to be able to have access to Unite Us and allow us to streamline referral processes over the past 2 years, we have served collectively over 1,000 unique clients with over 2,700 service requests. And so what that means is that we have had a client that'll reach out to us and typically has maybe 2, 3, 4 different needs that they need assistance with. So each different service request category becomes a service request. So if it's, they need help with employment, they need help with housing, they need help with food assistance. Those different categories can be created into a service request. So typically we're seeing on average around 2 to 3 service requests per client, sometimes more. We now have over 96 participating organizations in the network, and that is continuing to grow as we have partnered with Unite Us, who has expanded the network to now include partners that don't traditionally serve the military and veteran space. So there's now approaching 200 organizations, but specifically in the military and veteran sector, 96 participating organizations. And again, a growing number of unique users that are part of this collaborative model. Around 233 that are kind of connected in the military and veteran space that have access to Unite Us and that are using it. And then we just share some, some additional client information, because I think it's helpful to understand who our clients are, who we're serving in this region. So we have primarily the military veterans and their families that we're serving, some spouses and family members and caregivers. Again, a majority are male, but we are seeing an increased number of female veterans that contact us regularly, around 20, and you'll see on the next slide, 25%, I believe, of female veterans. And then we also have some military spouses and caregivers that are female that are calling us as well. Various range of service eras and branches of service. So we just kind of look at all of that information to understand who our clientele is and who we're serving. And I think, let me just check the chat because I can't see it on here if there was a question. And feel free to interrupt me if you have a question. But a couple of things I wanted just to pull out in terms of Virginia specifically. So of all those clients that we have served over the past 2 years, and this is a little bit of different data points because the data from the previous slide was from December of 2017 till May of 2020. And these data points are from November of 2018 to October 22nd. So a little bit different numbers, just the way that we're pulling data. But basically from the past 2 years within Northern Virginia, we've had around 250 clients and 471 service requests. And of those requests, we look at how we resolve cases as well. And so we were able to resolve 299 of those cases, but several of them were still unresolved, and that could be various different challenges. And I'll kind of show that on the next slide. But then the rest of that number just includes the current open cases that we're working in Northern Virginia, which is around 55. The top 3 needs that we're seeing, and this is pretty consistent across the entire region, but some of these may move around a little bit, but the top need is definitely employment, followed by housing and shelter and income support. And again, a lot of those go hand in hand with each other. If someone's calling us because they lost employment, that means that their housing and shelter is typically in jeopardy and they need some income support to help them get by through rent or utilities payments and things like that. So those are the most pressing needs, but we also have, again, lots of underlying needs that we uncover as well. And I think it's really important, when we talk about looking at the needs of our clientele in the community, to look at them holistically, right? Because maybe they are struggling with employment and it's causing challenges with housing and shelter and income support. But we also need to look at the needs of their family, right? And their children. Do they have access to childcare? Do they need behavioral health services? Do they need benefits navigation in terms of applying for VA benefits or other benefits that they may be eligible for in the community, like SNAP or WIC or whatever the case may be. So we have to look very holistically at the clients, find and uncover additional needs that they have. But of those needs, these are the top ones, and there's a lot more that we connect to in this space as well. And so just so you guys understand, the other things that we look at in terms of the success of this network and the work that each of you are doing as you accept a referral from us or as you send a referral to us, we look at the timeliness of that. We look to see how quickly we're able to respond as a collective community to match that client to the provider the first time. The goal is really the first time. We don't want to be sending clients around to the wrong providers if it's not the right fit. We want to make sure that we're sending the right client to you the first time and that you're able to support and accept that client. So looking at the numbers of this, we have improved a lot over the past 2 years in terms of our time to match a client very quickly, usually within 2 days. But then it sometimes takes organizations a little bit longer to actually accept the clients in Unite Us. So we see average number of days to match is around 6 days, but it takes closer to 13 days for the referral to actually be closed. So we obviously are looking for ways to make that more timely and more efficient for us to get clients to you, and vice versa when you send a client to us, that we're getting it to another organization quickly and efficiently. And then we just break that down by category to understand where some of the challenges are. Like it may be really quick for us to connect someone to closing and household goods, but for housing and shelter, it's taking closer to 8 days. And that can be a challenge for someone to be able to access housing and shelter resources in the community. So that's just something that we look at. The other thing that we look at is successful outcomes. So in terms of, when we close out a case or when you close out a case, whenever we send you a client, either way, what is the outcome? Is it rated as a successful outcome? Was it resolved or was it unresolved? And so we put some of those trends in there, like, is it client receiving information? Were they actually connected to a direct service? Maybe we were unable to contact the client. Maybe they weren't eligible for that program or service after they were sent there. So we look at those trends as well, because we want to make sure that we get the right client to the right organization. So this just shows a little bit more about how we successfully resolve cases and how the work that we're doing with you guys to improve that. So as you can see, that it's very small, so I apologize for that. In this little middle box, it talks about how we have improved over the past 2 years the successful outcomes from 59% to 67%. So we're seeing that trend improve as well. Just the last couple of things I want to update you guys on in terms of regional community of practice. We just had an event a few weeks ago about improving access to behavioral health. We'll have 2 more that we're planning this fall. One that's going to focus on suicide when it comes to our military and veterans, and how we as a community help with prevention. And then finally, the last event is going to be focused on collaborative networks like ours and how we are the key to helping prevent more crisis situations for our military and veteran families. So more events to come. I encourage you to attend those and be a part of them. Other things that we're trying to do in the community is align with strategic partners. We've created some new MOUs with organizations like Veteran Staffing Network, George Mason University, America's Warrior Partnership, and more. And so we're looking at ways to really align with partners to increase our mission and to support military veterans and their families. We also have turned on interagency referrals between VetLex, which is a legal entity that runs a coordination center to help connect veterans to pro bono legal services. And then we're also connected to Connect NSV out in Northern Shenandoah Valley to support clients in that kind of further out Northern Virginia region. And then the last 2 things we are planning to create for the start of 2021 will be an advisory board and an ambassador program. So we're looking for individuals that are interested in helping to spread the message about this community network and helping us to build sustainability in the region. And the last thing I just want to say, in terms of your connection to this network, all of you are connected to this in some way by being a part of this collaborative, being a part of the use of this coordinated network using Unite Us. We just encourage you to continue to help us build that, make referrals to us, help spread the word to encourage providers to help participate in it, and just join our community of practice. So just wanted to share that with you guys when I had a chance to give you a debrief on the progress of the network. And if there is any questions that you have, please let me know. I'm happy to help. Yes, Neil.
Christy, I just wanted a personal testimonial. I've been with you guys for what, a couple of years now, and I've been a beneficiary. I mean, really benefited from personal trainings. I got involved with yoga, RX Relax, and they've invited me, given me a scholarship because they know I work in the jails and with senior organizations to participate in an upcoming free venue for me, which is free to me, 3 Saturdays coming up starting this month. And I've also had other trainings, but I've also used some of your services. So this has been a life change for me. And I've also been able at the same time to put out what I do and network with a lot of organizations. And it's led me to do a lot of workshops and seminars. And I mean, I can't tell you how excited I am to be part of this organization and to give back to it too. So I want to thank you for your leadership and for putting me, into different organizations that have changed my life as well.
Well, thank you, Neil. I appreciate that. We'll have to capture some of these like testimonials in some kind of way on a video or something to help spread the word. So that's very appreciated, Neil. Any other questions or comments? And I saw a few more folks joined in. So I don't know if you guys want to introduce yourselves, but I don't know if Mary's still on, if anybody was able to join from, not yet, okay.
No, I just had a response from them. There was a job change. Someone didn't make someone else aware of it. So unfortunately they missed today.
Okay, no worries. Thank you for the update. Hopefully we can reschedule them for our next meeting in December. Awesome. Well, with that, I want to just open it up and allow, especially some of the new folks that came in, Mallory, Niati, I see you both joined. If you guys want to say hi and introduce yourselves.
Hi, everybody. Hi, Christy. Sorry I was late. I was actually at a Unitas thing. supporting you guys, but I'm so happy to be here. Hi, everybody. For those that I don't know, my name is Mallory Lass, and I'm the outreach manager for the Stephen A. Cohen Military Family Clinic at Easter Seals. We provide mental health services to the entire military and veteran community in DC, Virginia, as well as Maryland. We're also expanding these services to West Virginia. So I'm so very excited to share that with you guys. We have tons of events. I love our community partners. I believe we are all stronger together. Upcoming, we have a comedy theater creative workshop, which is on Tuesdays and Thursdays, a creative writing class on the 20th with community building artworks. We have yoga happening on the 28th, Toastmasters, a sleep enhancement week. And we're also scheduling a very fun week to celebrate both Veterans Day and our clinic anniversary. We've now been open for 3 years, going on 4. And I hope that you guys would join us. That is going to be the week of Veterans Day with tons of events. And I'll be glad to share any and all of that information with anybody interested. I'll post my contact in the chat box. But thanks, it's great seeing everybody.
Awesome. Thanks, Mallory. And I'm glad that you were able to do that Unite Us event. That's awesome. Neati, do you want to say hi?
I'd love to. Thank you. Sorry I'm late. I was working on research with my partners at the Indianapolis VA and at the Boston VA, and we always think we're going to finish quickly, and then we start talking about research, and we never do. So I'm Neeti Dokai. I'm a research professor at George Mason University, and I'm also the program director of our Veterans in the Arts Initiative at the Hilton Performing Arts Center, which has been virtual now since March, as most of our programs have been for all of us on this call. And the thing that I'd love to invite you all to is our virtual concert that we're going to be having on Saturday, November 14th at 8 p.m. It's going to be a really good concert. We actually have the musicians who contributed the music to the Ken Burns Civil War documentary, especially that, that haunting string medley that they played, the Ashokan Farewell. They'll be performing. We'll also have Darden Purcell, who's the director of jazz studies at George Mason University, and she's also a 3rd-generation Air Force veteran. She'll be performing along with an all veteran and active duty military group of musicians. And then we will be concluding the performance with Voices of Service, who many of you might know. They were on season 14 of America's Got Talent. So it'll be a great concert with something for everyone, very family friendly, and we're live streaming it for free. So if you just go to our website, hiltoncenter.org, you'll be able to see it. And I will put that information in the chat right here. So please just share that with anyone who you think might be interested in a fun concert. And we're going to try to keep it short so that people don't have too much Zoom and online fatigue. So it'll be about an hour, maybe an hour and 15 minutes max.
Awesome, Neati. That sounds wonderful. Excited to see that. Kristen, do you want to say hi?
Sorry, I had to unmute myself. Hello, everyone. I apologize for being late. Also, I was at another in-service. I am the education coordinator for DVBIC, which is Defensive Veterans Brain Injury Center. We're a subset kind of DHA. Primarily, what I do is I teach provider trainings and kind of assessment and management of traumatic brain injury, but I also do a lot of resource kind of stuff, which I love because I'm a social worker by training. So that's the thing that I love to do the most. And I also do in-services for staff, for VSOs, military medical clinics, etc. I will be doing 2 in-services, one for Fort Belvoir and the other for Montgomery County. So those are coming up. I'm going to try to spice it up a little bit and do some different things. I'll be presenting things like our patient fact sheets, for example, and also resources that we have available. That way I'm giving kind of people who are in the VSOs that provide services the tools that they need to maybe be able to spot things like TBI, if it's been undiagnosed, or to kind of know how to interact with people who may be living with TBI, and also talk a little bit about what the connection is between sort of employment and education, because I know that's kind of a big push in the collaborative is maintaining employment and being employment. So I'm really happy to be here. I'm going to put my information in the box. If you guys have questions about TBI or referrals and workflow processes, I'm always happy to help with those kinds of things. So thank you for your time, everybody.
Awesome. Thanks for joining. And we're going to have Kristen presenting more thoroughly about defense, veteran and defense and Veterans Brain Injury Center in December. So excited to have her on board and be able to have her share more information as well. Awesome. So if there's anybody else that I missed, feel free to pop in and say hi, but I really just at this point want to turn it over to you guys to share any additional updates, announcements, things that you want to talk about. If there's a client need, I know Anna mentioned needing a client service for eating disorders. So if there's other needs that you're seeing in the community or clients that you're working with that you need support from, this is a great time to offer assistance, connection, questions, things like that. So I'll just kind of open it up to feel free to come off mute and say hi.
Christy, I have just a follow-up real quick. A couple of things. I noticed that Julie put in the chat that we're going to do that workshop in November. So we're opening up, right, to other folks. I see Sarah Johnson is on. I did workshops every month at the USO at Fort Belvoir, and I'm trying to figure out how to get back on a virtual way to do that, to offer what I do in the prisons and also what I did at Fort Belvoir. The Fort Belvoir venue was actually 2.5 hours and the time just flew. And we got a lot of good evaluations from that, but that obviously ceased when the pandemic came. So if you want to just make, my contact information is out there. Let me know how I can get back into doing USO, virtual workshops again. I'd like to, be involved with that. And the workhouse. Okay, the workhouse, somebody is here. I think Alyssa from Lorton. You here? You drop out. We're scheduling something with Deborah Ballesteri to see if we can do a workshop down there too. And these workshops are open to family members, as I said, but also to teens. I've had many teens come into Fort Belvoir, families come in, and we've worked with them and we've had a lot of fun. And that's what this is all about. It's not just a serious, talking about the myriad causes of stress, but dealing with them in a kind of a fun and just very informal method and procedure, which I've been doing for, like I said, 30 years. So thank you.
Neil, did you say you were trying to reconnect with the USO at Fort Belvoir?
Yeah.
So they're actually right in the parking lot of the TBI clinic along with the SVAC. And I know Andrina Scott over at the SVAC is definitely doing webinars. So if you want to shoot me an email, I can probably just like pop down there. So it's literally like a 30-second walk.
And Neil, I'll also shoot you an email with my contact information as well. Okay. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I also presented to the TBI unit at Fort Belvoir. I had about 22 clinicians and taught them kind of an intro to EFT. And it was received very interesting. And also the Warrior Center too. I've done workshops for the doctors and clinicians there as well. So I'm reaching out not just to people with PTSD or brain injuries, but to clinicians as well, that they know a little bit about emotional freedom technique, which was okayed, blessed, so to speak, by the VA back in 2017. But it's not, to my knowledge, being used across the nation in all VA hospitals. And there's a lot of benefits to EFT. And that's what I've been involved with, the introductions to EFT in within an hour and a half. We go through a lot of the actual meditations and tapping points and so forth. So any opportunity I can get to put that out there, I would appreciate.
Neil, I can find your phone number. Could you share your email?
Okay, my phone number and contact information, you saw that already?
Yeah, I think I only see your phone number though.
Okay, the phone number's there. On my homepage there are about 24 blogs, and all the blogs are interacting with workshops that I've done, but also information on mindfulness, information on various things. And on the bottom of my homepage is an email link. So you can shoot me an email right on my homepage at neil9.com.
Thank you.
Hey, Christy, if I could just jump in. I didn't mention anything before, so I'll just add a couple of events that we are doing with Blue Star Families. I wanted to let you know that we're starting a military and veteran spouse creative writing workshop, and it will begin November 5th. I did put this all in the chat, but it is not yet up on my landing page, but it will be very soon. And we're really trying to encourage military spouses to come and join, because I think typically military spouses feel like, oh, we'll let someone else take this spot, I don't need it, and it's kind of, and so we're really kind of reaching out to say, hey, this is really about you. We want to do this for our military spouses and with our military spouses. Again, the 11/19 stress workshop with Neil and partnering with Operation Homefront to do that. And then just kind of saving the date, we will be doing Wreaths Across America this year, and as a chapter. And if you want to come out and probably freeze and get wet, because it always seems to be the coldest and the wettest day in the year, we're going to be laying wreaths at Arlington, and it will go out in the newsletter, if you want to sign up and come join us, or if you'd like to purchase a wreath to dedicate to, you can purchase wreaths if you would like to do that as sort of a gift to a family or a fallen service member. But I would love to see everybody out there on the 19th as we lay the wreaths. And then I did, Christy, in the chat, put my link to my chapter landing page. That's the word I was looking for. Sorry, everyone. And I'll put it again real quick. And that's the best way to see what's going on here locally with events with me. So thank you.
Anyone else? I just wanted to follow up with Anna's question. Wasn't sure if she saw it, but I did send her a private message. I just used a quick give an hour search for providers, and there was a provider that does like virtual support out of Hampton Roads for eating disorders. So I sent that link over to her. But again, Give an Hour is a great search tool if you are seeking behavioral health services for your clients. And then you also always can send them to us at Serving Together, because we're connected to partners like Cohen Clinic. Give an Hour is part of our network as well that we can refer to, so they can better help find support in the area if they're needing behavioral health services as well. So feel free to reach out to us if you need help connecting on that as well, and we can do our best to help find some resources that are available. But yeah, I appreciate all of your guys' time today. We'll wrap up a little early, give you back some more of your time this afternoon. But our next meeting is in December. I need to look at the date.
17th.
Thank you. December 17th, 12 to 2 p.m. So it'll be right before Christmas. So it'll be nice just to have a little get together celebration before the holidays. So we'll have a couple of speakers lined up there as well. We also, Serving Together is also in the works to develop some polling and surveying ways that we can implement into our collaboratives to get feedback from you guys on what you like about the collaboratives, what we can change, how we can do better to make these the most productive use of your time. So those will be coming out soon. So we will look forward to your feedback so we can make these collaboratives as effective for you moving forward. And again, before then, if you have any feedback or thoughts, thanks, Julie. Julie just private messaged me that she is so over surveys. So we'll make it interactive. We'll do like the pollings on Zoom where you just have to click something or whatever. So it'll be easy and it'll be fun. but yeah, in terms of that, we look forward to seeing you guys at future meetings. If there's any feedback that you want to provide before then, please let us know. And we look forward to seeing you guys soon. And thanks for your smiley face, Neil, always. All right, bye, you guys.